When we last left me, I was still on the couch, but now very keen to change my situation. But how? All I knew was that I was looking for a big challenge to help straighten my life out. A few days later, I saw an item on the news about the last person to complete the transatlantic rowing race. And when I first saw it, I thought to myself, perhaps like you're thinking, I bet that's not as hard as it looks. So I did a bit of research and found that it's not as bad as you might expect. For one thing, you don't even have to go the whole way because you start off the coast of Africa and you finish off the coast of South America. I mean, sure, the race is 5,000 kilometers long, but here's the thing. There's 2 people in each boat. That means you only have to row half the distance. And it's not like you need to take all the food you need for the trip because you can always fish when you're out there. In fact, you don't even need to take a fishing line because the fish just jump into the boat. And at certain times of year, the wind picks up a bit. And when the wind picks up, the waves can lap over the front of the boat. But it turns out the thing you have to be most worried about, is in fact aliens. I'm serious. You saw that our route just clips that part of the ocean where lots of boats and planes have gone missing at sea. So one of the first things I did was to find out, well, how risky is this race? How many boats have been lost trying to row across the Atlantic? Turns out the answer is 6. 6 boats, 12 crew. And when I say the boats are lost, here's the weird thing. The boats are always found again afterwards, just without any people on board. That's creepy, right? So now I don't care if it's methane emissions or water spouts or aliens taking people up for science experiments. Clearly something really bad happens out there. So I quit. Thank you very much. No, I did quit. But I was sick of the way I kept having these great ideas and quitting. That had been my habit for too long. So this time I thought I would try something different. This time I thought I would try to be more rational. So I thought I'd do a pros and cons list. I'll get more rational than that. Now I'm going to go through the actual list that I went through here. And if you're procrastinating about something big, something that you know you should be taking on, then you might want to bring your own list of excuses to mind. Because you'll have a pretty similar list, I'm sure. So here's my list. Here we go. Reasons for not rowing across the ocean. Let me think. I could die. Remember those 6 boats lost at sea? Now, if you've ever read any books about people who've rowed across the Atlantic, then you know that there is chapter after chapter where they complain about how the long exposure to salt water gives them ulcers and salt water boils and their arms get locked in these terrible cramps. It just sounds incredibly painful. I'm not into pain. In these same books, they talk about the typical shifts they do out at sea. Now, normally it's 2 hours on, 2 hours off. You can't fool me. That means you have to get out of bed 6 times a day. And oh yeah, there was something else. Oh, that's right. I don't know how to row. This isn't a list of excuses. This is a list of reasons. So this time I really did quit. So no one was more surprised than me to find myself 2 years after this point at the finishing line of the race, having won it and set a new world record. The problem is when you take on a big challenge, your brain is very good at coming up with reasons for why something won't work. It turns out that being rational can often lead down a dead end. There are always great reasons for not doing something, particularly a big uncertain something. So yes, the first step you should do is definitely write down your list of concerns and doubts. But don't stop there. If you're feeling daunted and overwhelmed, then the next step is to get more excited, more engaged with your challenge. Thinking about how much better off you'll be if you achieve it. Researchers have studied people who have had brain injuries, which means they don't experience emotions like us. Now you'd think these people would be brain surgeons or fighter pilots or currency traders or contract killers because they have no emotion to cloud their judgment. But it turns out they are terrible decision makers. Most spend hours trying to figure out where to eat lunch, and then when they get there, whether to have chicken or beef. Research shows that it's our emotion that enables us to make up our minds and take action. Now, I'm not saying that you should be irrational about making decisions, far from it. From my point of view, nothing beats a good spreadsheet. But when it comes to taking on a big challenge, if you're excited about the potential results, you're going to be much more resourceful in your problem solving and much more balanced in your analysis. So how do you get emotionally engaged with your goal? Well, in the next video, I'm going to suggest 4 ways. I'm Kevin Bigger. From my background in business and adventures on oceans, ice and TV, I provide teams with the tools to take on big challenges, lift performance and persist through adversity. You'll find a transcript of this video, plus information about my speeches and workshops when you click on the link below.